Hello everybody, this is Ben Hansen with MinnMax. We love Final Fantasy VII here. We recently wrapped up a gigantic community-fueled game club discussion about the game called The Deepest Dive. You can check that out on our YouTube channel. But one of the big things that kept coming up again and again and again is how amazing this soundtrack is, and we cannot stop tipping our caps to the audio team and the music team over there at Square Enix. New versions of old music is incredible in this game. Completely new original music is incredible in this game. The timing and specific placements of music and reveals throughout this game are stunning. There are too many amazing musical moments throughout Final Fantasy VII Remake to count, but here are 7 of them. And just so you know, this video does contain some light spoilers. Here we go. We all love the boss music from the original Final Fantasy VII. Obviously, it's blown out, it's expanded, it's beautiful in the remake. But then, when you're fighting the Airbuster, which is only the second time you get to hear the boss music in the remake, they go one step further and they layer in a chorus and they make a badass song somehow 10 times as badass. Getting to know Aerith in the remake here is an emotional experience overall, and there's one moment musically. Well, I mean, the music in the church is also fantastic for just an expanded piano version of Aerith's theme, but there's one moment in here when you're going to the playground, and the fact that they hold this note. The first note you ever hear in the original Final Fantasy VII from the opening theme is such an amazing, bold choice. This one note could have been the soundtrack to the entire remake, and it would have been fantastic. Obviously, there's a lot of fun hijinks on your way up to Don Corneo's mansion in the remake. As you're approaching the mansion, the music's good. It's hitting those old nostalgic notes. You get the idea. And then, this is an example of the team just knocking it out of the park, saving the new version of the theme for when you open these doors. Mwah!
The two of you here for the audition? Second floor, at the very end of the walk. And don't go poking your nose in where it doesn't belong.
One of the most interesting things to hear throughout the remake is when they take an old track and then remix it, change it up, change the context. In this example, taking Tifa's theme and making it such a somber, sad affair for this moment in the story is an incredible touch, and it works so well.
The roads are a mess. Watch your step or you'll wind up in a hole.
There's a lot of great music as you're making your run to save Aerith from the Shinra headquarters. Operation Save Aerith is one of the best tracks in the entire game. But as you're fighting your way through Chapter 17, there's a moment where I had to do an audio double take because they're pulling some inspiration, not just from the original Final Fantasy VII, but in this case, they're pulling it from Final Fantasy VIII and Ultimisha's theme. And I'm assuming this is all Latin for Final Fantasy VIII soundtrack is underrated. Another example of the game just building and building on satisfying music moments is when you're fighting Jenova Dreamweaver towards the end. The Jenova track from the original Final Fantasy VII is one of the best songs in the game, if not the best. And so having this incredible version of that with more of an incorporation of Sephiroth's theme in there as well, One Winged Angel, it's an amazing mix. And then they don't stop there because they save it for the second phase of the fight. They drop the beat, drop the synth. I don't know what you call this, but it's incredible.
Okay. That's that.
They just give us exactly what we wanted. I can't tell what's more satisfying, hearing this version of the song or using triple slash on those stupid tentacles. All right, this one I feel a little guilty about because it's kind of cheesy and hokey, but at the same time, come on. Like, if we're not here for this, then what are we doing here, everybody? Throughout the game, I was just hit over and over again by so many amazing musical moments. I mean, the first time you hear the original battle theme in the streets, I had tears in my eyes. Or the time that you go to Mako Reactor 5 and you realize they composed a different version of the reactor theme. They're not just reusing the earlier one. So much effort and love went into the soundtrack. You know, and I haven't even talked about how cool the Hollow theme is in the Chapter 5 slums. Or Hip Hop to Chocobo's gotta get in there, obviously. Stamp's theme, which is surprisingly badass. This entire soundtrack slaps. What are you supposed to say about music these days?
Nailed it, I know, thank you. Moving on.
realistically, we're going to be listening to the soundtrack for the rest of our lives. So leave a comment on this video. Let us know what your favorite track from the game is, one that you keep going back to again and again, and we'll listen to it along with you. Again, if you're looking for the best, most thorough discussion about Final Fantasy VII Remake on the internet, please check out The Deepest Dive on the YouTube channel. It's a very, very fun discussion where we break the game up into chunks and talk about it in the most thorough way possible, along with the MinnMax community, who's just wonderful over there at patreon.com/MinnMax2Ns. Thanks for watching the video, everybody. Goodbye. Do you want to get your name or Twitch or YouTube channel in the description of everything we release? Record a podcast with us, put a picture of your choice on MinnMax's TV, or a whole lot more? You can check out the benefits for supporting us on Patreon. If you support MinnMax at any tier on Patreon, you can submit questions or comments for us to read on the air, and you'll also get access to the wonderful MinnMax Discord. We need your help to keep this whole indie trainer rolling, so we'd appreciate it if you checked us out.